Good. Okay, good evening, members. One day to the election. Actually, not one day. It's some few hours now. The elections. A few hours now to the elections, and as my advert has been going around, today is Ladies' Day. So far, we haven't had anybody else joining us for the webinar. So the future is female today, and we hope it's going to be so after the elections. We have more ladies at the council and even in the committees. So our guest today is Engineer Doreen KIRIMA, and my co-host, as usual, wonderful and hardworking on the ground, Diana Wedanji. And at this moment, I would like to leave the mantle to my co-host to guide us through. Engineer Diana.
All right, thank you, Engineer Ndolo. So welcome everybody to this meeting. To this meeting. I appreciate Engineer Doreen for creating time for us. So at this juncture, Engineer will give us her introduction, who she is, what she's vying for, what she has done for IEK before, and what she's bringing to the table, plus that includes her manifesto. From there, we'll ask questions, and then after question time, we'll ask, or rather she'll give her parting shot. So every member is encouraged to mute their microphone and stop their video at this point until question time, where you can unmute and ask your questions. So welcome, Engineer Doreen. We are excited to have you today. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Engineer Diana and Engineer Dolo. We really appreciate for what you're doing for us and embracing the technology. My name is Doreen KIRIMA Kago. I am a civil engineer, currently working at Kenya Urban Roads Authority as a senior engineer in the Department of Construction. I graduated in 2011 from University of Nairobi with BSc in Civil Engineering. Immediately after that, I started working with a private consultant, that's Uniconsult Kenya Limited, where I got most of my experience, especially in design of both structural and highways, but majorly in highways. At Uniconsult, I did various projects, which I would want to mention a few. The first, I'll just go to the highways project because really that's where I am today. I'm a highways engineer. Some of the projects that I handled was design of Likoni Shell Beach Road, that is under Kera. The client was Kera. Likoni Kaloleni Road, that was under Kenya for supervision. I also designed another project by this was Oyugis Rodikopani Rangwe Road, that is in Nyanza province. Other projects that I was involved was Kwale Lungalunga project that was under Kenya. During this period, I was majorly on design of the project. The only project I supervised during that time was Likoni Kaloleni, Likoni Kaloleni and Kilifi Road. After around 3.5 years, I left Consult Kenya Limited. I went to Lee National. That's an international firm that was supervising and still is supervising Outer Ring Road project in Nairobi. I worked there for 1 year as an assistant engineer in highway section. After that, I went to Kura, where I work to date. I started as an assistant engineer in Kura, and today I'm a senior engineer in the same department that I joined. In Kura, I've done a number of projects, both design and supervision. And I'll just mention a few of the projects that I've done in Kura.
Engineer, just a minute.
Yes.
Could you please fix your internet or even hotspot it from your phone because it's sort of unstable? And yes.
Please come up again.
Your network is sort of unstable.
Yes.
So could you please check on it?
Okay, okay. Sorry for that.
No worries, no worries. These are
How about
technical
now?
issues that happen. Yes, now it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, great, perfect.
Okay, now where do I start?
Thank you. You are on the Kura project.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, as I said, while working at Kura, I have done projects. Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes.
you can continue,
Yes,
engineer.
design and supervision. Design, I've done Upper Hill Bagati Road project, phase 1. Have done Kwaheri Road, that is Kiambu County. I was design team, design review team for Outer Ring Road project. That is after I joined Kura, after leaving the consultant. I was also involved in the design of Syokimau Katani Road that is already completed currently. I was also involved in the design of Nairobi Eastern Region Missing Link Road. This was a number of various roads in the lower Nairobi. This involves roads in, this involves roads in lower Eastern Nairobi from Babadogo, Kariobangi sides that connects to major roads like Major Road, Jogo Road, Outer Ring Road. They were basically to improve on the network of the major arteries that we have in Nairobi. Currently, I'm supervising 3 projects as assistant resident engineer. One of the project is Upper Hill Bagati Link Road, Gong Road project. The other project which has just started is the Kizurai Kimbo project. These are some of the projects that have handled in my capacity as highway engineer. I also assist in environmental impact assessment. I am a
Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
Her internet, engineer's internet is very, very bad. I think she's using her phone as a hotspot, and at the same time, engineer, are you using your phone as a hotspot?
well, I had advised
I've
her
connected.
to have it on standby
Yes, now
in
I'm
case the fiber doesn't serve.
Yeah, if your phone has good reception, please continue using the phone instead of the normal one, the Ethernet.
Yes.
There we go.
So continue, please.
I would like to mention I'm also currently undertaking my master's in civil engineering at the University of Nairobi. I'm currently doing my thesis, and the subject is on pavement performance evaluation on reinforced earth structures. My case study is Outer Ring Road project. I am a member of IEK as a corporate member, and as a professional engineer registered by Engineers Board of Kenya. I'm also an associate lead expert with the National Environment Management Authority. I have not, in the IEK Council, if I get elected, this will be my first time. And the only activities that have been involved in just participation as a member. Both when I was a student, as a graduate engineer, and as a PE, have actively participated in various activities coordinated by Institution of Engineers of Kenya. I am very passionate in as an engineer in my work and seeing engineers and engineering profession grow. I would also like to point out that I'm very good in Autodesk, Civil 3D specifically, and I train a lot of engineers. Some of them might be listening, which I also do up to today. I've done it for quite a long time. I do, and I do free of charge. Thank you very much. I think that is what I'll say for myself. Qualifications and training. What is my manifesto as a ordinary council member? Come up with a action point that I know I will manage to deliver if elected as a council member. Number one is CPD practice, and I will achieve it by doing the following: by having value-adding CPD trainings. This is where we have trainings that are customized to fit our various needs as engineers, and we know in our different cadres require various or different level of trainings. For instance, if we want to offer a training in project management, the training I'll give as a graduate engineer, and the training I'll give a registered PE, maybe 5 to 10 years, and a training that I'll give to a fellow engineer or an engineer who has worked over 15 years is to be different because they have different needs. It's one of the areas I've seen is very lacking, and sometimes engineers feel so frustrated. I'm one of them, attend such a course and feel so frustrated. How can we achieve this? I propose we need a thorough vetting of the companies or the people who are offering these courses. Let them, before that course is offered, let us know who are they, what have they done, what is their qualification, what experience do they have, not picking any person to come and give such training. The other thing on CPD best practice is let's have affordable CPD trainings for all the cadres. We don't just want to use money so that we have CPD trainings. Let's have trainings that are affordable by GEs, corporate members, fellow members, and we also feel value for that money. For this point, I would want, or one of the things I will want to do or to introduce is what we will call engineers clinics, and this will also enhance our capacity in terms of expertise. This is where a small group of engineers, either even in their office, in one similar region, meet at a certain period, just for maybe 30 to 1 hour, and they just share experiences in the projects they are handling, be it be design or supervision. And from these clinics, we are able to exchange and share a lot of knowledge, and we all benefit. Not only do we gain a lot of knowledge, we also earn the CPD. I'll also ensure in terms of enhancing our expertise, we partner with various providers that are providing engineering softwares. And as IEK, we offer some of these softwares to the engineers, tailor-made to their areas of expertise, not to have one general training that leaves some engineers out. The other focus, or one of my agendas, that if elected as a council member, and I promise to deliver this, is to strengthen young engineers chapter. This is one area I'll say it's lacking. First, let me say, when I was a student at the University of Nairobi, I was very much aware of Institution of Engineers of Kenya. I even attended some of their conferences, but I did not know I was required to register as a student member. I did not know there is IP when I was a student, but lucky enough, the engineers I interacted with after graduating, they made me understand and know the importance of joining and registering formally with IEK. Young chapter engineers should ensure all the GEs, students, and even pupils, they understand the engineers and the steps they require or they are needed to take to become Es or corporate members rather. We'll have various activities and we'll have their customized online platform where they can exchange ideas, we can mentor them, and they can also engage or interact with our corporate members. My other point is communication. Communication can be very easy if done well, but if it is not given a deliberate effort, becomes we have no communication. And
Hello.
Hello, engineer.
She's gone and back. Engineer, you back?
yes.
All right, continue. You were saying?
On my last, yes, on communication, my last point was to enhance communication within the institution. And yeah, this I will ensure we have efficient and effective communication within the institution. This will involve online listing of opportunities for all cadres of engineers within the institution, timely communication. We will use digital platforms, social media avenues, and all sorts of today's communication that will be effective to all members. I will ensure awareness is created to all stakeholders for IEK. This includes the employers, the government parastatals, and NGOs, because it is through communication that we become visible. It is through communication that people will understand, the public will understand what is IEK, what is the role of IEK, what is the role of engineer in our society. And it is by this people will appreciate some of the things that engineers are supposed to be doing and we do not do just because of communication. Through communication, I'll ensure that stakeholders are well informed of IEK and the role of IEK. They must involve IEK in their decision making. This is just in point form or in summary of my manifesto, and I would like to stop it there for questions and answers. Back to you, Engineer Dolo stroke Diana.
All right, thank you, engineer. So I'll just start with a comment here from Doreen. She's saying, despite the network issues, it's clear that Engineer Doreen has a great vision and is capable. May she be given a chance. So that's a comment from one of the members on the chat. So at this point, I would welcome anyone with a question to ask her. Or Bora, do you want? John?
Okay, thank you. Okay, I would like to congratulate Engineer Doreen for being bold enough to stand up Yeah, from what you shared, your experience from the beginning as an assistant engineer to now, I'm very happy that we have a lady engineer who is going to represent us well, who is a role model to me personally and to other young female engineers. So when you win, may you remember to really represent us well and carry us along. Thank you.
Engineer Doreen.
Thank you very much.
Kama sasa ndio. Hata nimeamka I was wondering what WhatsApp. When I slept you were there.
Okay, it's
Huh? Yeah.
I cannot hear you,
Ndolo.
please.
Tony, please mute your microphone. Engineer Doreen. Ndolo, you can unmute and ask.
Engineer
Alright.
Longo, what is? All right, engineer.
Yes.
Somebody is telling me to ask you, he's sent privately. What is your take on engineering technology bill? Or rather, it's not longer a bill, it's an act already of parliament.
Engineering technology.
Yes. Do you know?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the engineering technology, the one that came up with the Kenya Engineering Technologists and Technicians Registration Board.
Yes, which is it is in our constitution. That is IEK constitution, right? But the challenge that we've been having is there's no clear guideline on how they need to be registered to become full corporate members. The fact that they are recognized in the constitution, that shows they are part of the engineering fraternity, and we cannot forget them. Personally, have worked with a lot of them in various projects that have been involved, especially construction, and they are part of us. What the council, or what if I'm elected, I should seek is for us to sit down, to have a candid discussion on coming up with a clear roadmap for them to get registered as corporate members, because that is what is lacking. They are recognized in our constitution. So for me, they are part of us. So what we need to do is to provide a roadmap, and a clear one, step by step. Thank you very much. I hope I've answered your question.
Engineer, why do you think young, like right now, the population of registered corporate members is not even the exact number that is registered at EBK, right?
Pardon? Engineer, please come up again. The registered number of corporate members.
The number of PE in the register, the ones that were gazetted by EBK,
yes,
is not matching the number that is at IEK. If you check the list, if you check the list, you find that it's not matching. The numbers are not coinciding at EBK and at engineer IEK. They are not matching. And then again, it is unfortunate that the graduate engineers are not gazetted. So the number is big. What do you think should be done to ensure that members really want, or other people who are not members really want to join and be involved in the society?
Thank you very much, Ndolo. First, let me give a brief experience of myself. Before I took my papers for registration, I remember one of my supervisors kept on asking me, Doreen, have you done your papers? 1 year came past. The second year, when it was just about to finish, I started doing my papers, my reports, and the following year, I got registered. And I have very many friends, classmates, who are in that list you're talking about, and they are not PEs, or they are qualified registrable GEs. They are yet to become corporate members. And there are different categories. I'm sorry to say so. There are some who are so qualified, even more than I do, but they are not just doing their reports. And personally, there are some I'm pushing them. I'll not mention their names. Pushing them. Engineer, you've even trained me to do this. Why are you not doing your report? So these are the people I wish we can follow up on them and try to understand. Why is it that they do not want to become GEs, PEs, which for me as an engineer, I don't think that's an option. They want to become engineers. So there is that deliberate following up to know what are the challenges for these people. Is it that they do not have time from their employers, or they do not know how to go about when it comes to writing their reports? Then we have these other GEs who are qualified, but they still feel they need to work more or to have 100% of knowledge in engineering to get registered. My first supervisor, whom I worked under, told me in engineering, there's no day you'll know everything. There's no day, it will never come. But of course, there are those basics that you require. We also need to reach out to these engineers. And if they're evaluated, of course, if they have been working in engineering, proper engineering, design and supervision, they need to be encouraged to be guided on how to do their report, because we have actually a big number of registrable engineers, leave alone these other ones that have issues that are not registered. All we need is a deliberate effort at levels and also as IEK to ensure they have registered, they have done their reports and sat for the interview so that they become registered. Over to you, Ndolo. Thank you very much.
All right, anybody with a question before we allow engineer to take a breather? She's under the weather a bit, so her voice needs to be nourished before we continue. Any question, members? Ekakoro.
Yes.
Yes.
Please ask a question, even in Russian. I will translate, please.
Yeah, okay. Engineer Doreen, now that I'm aware, IEK and EBK sometimes hold board meetings together. There is an issue of registration of graduates who come with foreign degrees, and I happen to be one of them. I submitted my papers in 2016 August, and to date my papers have not been evaluated by EBK. So what will you do for future graduates who are coming from Russia, Ukraine, and all those outside countries? Because it's really frustrating.
Engineer, did you get the question?
Engineer Doreen?
No.
Okay, Ekakoro, I can give you some tips, and I know engineer will maybe pick more on that. The issue is EBK always want to get information from your university and also to be able to get your correct syllabus from the university, and you must be able to get it and let it be translated officially and submitted. In case of anything, you can always side chat me. I will, because I'm a graduate from Moscow University and I face such of those problems. And at the end of the day, my things were cleared. And it's very funny when you are among the first people from the university. Which university were you in? Just say it in Russian, it's okay.
Sorry, I got interrupted.
Which university were you in? At rather. Engineer Doreen, can you hear me?
Engineer.
Bore, which university were you at?
Oh, okay. I went to the National Construction University of Ukraine, and I completed every requirement by EBK.
Okay, then give it
And
time.
so
Give it time, because the Engineers Board of Kenya is supposed to write to EBK, to your university. And the funny thing, Engineers Board of Kenya do write normal letters, not emails. That's how they messed my situation as well. So just give it time and contact your university, the international office at your university, and maybe the dean of your faculty. They will be able to assist you. So you just need to push and push and push. And
yeah, they did. They did. The university responded. The syllabus was sent. Everything is with EBK.
Then please make an appointment. Make an appointment to go to Engineers Board of Kenya. Don't go to the counter. Either you ask directly for Principal Registrar Nora, or please visit directly Registrar of EBK. Go to his office and talk to him face to face. Just book an appointment and you'll be assisted. Don't worry about that. But otherwise, I would like to know what Engineer Doreen will do when she gets to office to ensure that, in as much as graduate engineers come from foreign countries and they are not yet registered, but they can be able to register with the letter, because with the receipt from EBK, and at the end of the day, a welfare society should not be restricting members to join only after receiving the Engineers Board certification. What do you think about that, Engineer Doreen?
Thank you very much, Engineer Dolo. That takes me back to communication. You've just said EPK still relies on using post office, which we know nowadays is not effective. We've seen even people getting admitted in universities such as Harvard by sending everything via online. So this is a high time we advocate for use of technology when we are doing our communication, because it's time consuming, and even some people nowadays don't even use their post office. That is number one. Then number two, what I would like to inform our students, if you're not in a university that is within the country, it is good to start engaging EBK before you graduate. Maybe EBK should come up with such a guideline or a platform where if I get admitted to university A, B, C, that is in country X, by the time I start my educational studies at that university, I inform them, and I keep on updating what we've done, and also ensure the school that I am in also communicate with EBK, sending my transcript, the course outline, so that by the time I get my certificate of graduation, when I sent there, they already know me. They already know the university that I was in. They already know the course outline. You know, it's not just appearing out of nowhere. I think that will be easier when someone graduates. You don't have to wait for 3-4 years trying to communicate to get the course outline. That's what personally I would advocate for, because I think it will be more effective. Because also on the other hand, EPK is there to regulate the profession and ensure